Who shot Tupac?
I already know who shot. I believe in karma. I believe in all of that.
We are here today to announce the arrest of TPD for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Any idea who shot Shook?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, I'm sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot ML.
Was Diddy's reaction to Tupac's death genuine, or was it just for show?
Pac hit us with Hit 'Em Up, and that joint was cold. I had to make the call to Biggie, and I said, we not gonna respond. Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Puffy trying to see me weak, hearts I rip. Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia some more.
New court documents show that PPD Davis accused Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the rap icon Tupac Shakur.
And what was Gene Deal's reaction to them?
Pac beat him out of the part for Bishop and Juice.
Bishop! What you want?
Puff wanted that part too. He auditioned for that part too. You understand? People may not tell y'all that, but he auditioned for that part too. And then you gotta see, like, you could just go tell that the drugs had his mind so messed up, whereas that he started thinking he was Tupac. For instance, did you see that Grammy speech he did?
We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool. We control what's hot.
Hey, listen to the verbiage in there. He's saying the same stuff Pac was saying.
As far as fashion, it's the young niggas. As far as the words, slang, the movies, what's hot, it's the young niggas.
Yeah.
We control that.
He's saying the same stuff about why? Why? It's crazy.
50 Cent's documentary about Diddy has already stirred up the hip-hop world by highlighting serious new allegations involving Sean Diddy Combs and his links to some of the culture's most controversial moments. Now, comedian Katt Williams has pushed the discussion even further, making bold claims about Tupac Shakur's death that were reportedly left out of Netflix's documentary. Williams, known for being outspoken about Diddy, says he has turned down major financial deals to avoid getting involved in that circle. He also claims to have spent years quietly gathering information, stories, and insights that could potentially reshape how people view these events. Some of his supporters believe he possesses unreleased footage and first-hand accounts related to Tupac, material that might have taken the documentary into much deeper and darker territory. While the Netflix series explored possible connections between Diddy and the chaos of the 1990s through interviews and archived footage, 50 Cent revealed that a large portion of content didn't make the final cut. According to him, nearly 140 hours of unused footage exists, containing more detailed context and complex relationships that couldn't fit into the 4-episode format. One notable detail that was reportedly removed involved overlapping personal connections between Diddy and individuals within Tupac's circle, likely cut due to time constraints. Williams maintains that what he has uncovered goes far beyond what has been shown so far, suggesting the full story is far more layered and complicated than any single documentary can capture. As Netflix stands by its editing choices, fans are left questioning whether future releases, or even a second season, might reveal what was left out, and whether the full truth behind this chapter of hip-hop history is still waiting to be told.
At 19-ish years old, boom, he becomes famous. Wow. And he creates that rumor reputation of he can put the biggest parties in the world and people show up. The biggest promoter. So that became a way where his image got bigger and bigger and bigger with this. And then when you continue, there's a part with what he didn't like is that Tupac and Biggie started getting very close because Tupac would allow Biggie to open for him. So you guys have to realize, I had Greg Kading on the show 10 years ago. Greg Kading is the guy that was the lead investigator of Tupac. He was in the documentary as well. He was investigating what happened to, he was investigating what happened to, and Rob, if you can pull up the podcast with he and I, and the way I did it on the board, and I put all the suspects of who it could have been. And then he gets the recording and shows with Keefe D. Keefe D is the guy that was the boss who Diddy allegedly offered $1 million. They said, I'll take $1 million to take both of them out. And he's saying the recording, he's saying it to the feds. So right here, if you zoom in on this list, Rob, can you zoom in on the list? Okay. So if you zoom in, you see the bottom three names. You see the bottom three names right there
on the right,
by his right hand.
Tupac,
right there. Yeah, that's Keefe D is right in the middle.
Okay.
The one to the left is the guy that stole one of the Death Row Records chains.
Oh.
Zoom in a little bit. You can't do it. Okay, it's all good. No worries. So the guy in the middle is the guy that's having a conversation who says, yeah, he offered us $1 million to take him out. Keefe D. And so they try to get the money. They're not able to kill both because he wanted them to kill both Suge and Pac.
In the car?
They only kill Pac, and they don't kill Suge. So allegedly, they got paid $500,000. The $500,000 was paid to the guy on the right, all the way to the right. You see the guy on the right?
Corey.
He's the one allegedly that got the $500,000, and that money never went to Keefe D or anybody else. The guy on the left is the one that stole the chain, the chain, which was a Death Row Records chain. That's a way of saying I got your rapper's chain, because if you were one of the guys, Death Row. So long story short, this whole thing isn't recording that he said this. So what does Diddy do? Rob, can you pull up this song? It's a song called Black Rob, featuring Mark Curry and Mario Winans. If you can just type in lyrics, okay? So he gets $1 million. Can you go to the lyrics? And Diddy's in the lyrics when he gets started. Go a little bit lower. Boom.
You see it in this game?
Can you type in the word in there, Rob? Nice guy. Type Control F, nice guy. Okay, right there. Look at it's 1999. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Been nice too long. I'm just gonna start making y'all
blank
disappear. Man, first I'm gonna take your records off the radio. Then I'm gonna erase your social security number. Take your birth certificate out flies. I'm gonna do your whole effing family. Ain't nothing but mercy. And then, by the way, in the lyrics, he says, I'll drop $1 million on your head to erase you. Can you type in, I'll drop $1 million, just put Control F. Just go to Google and type this out. I'll drop $1 million on your head. I'll drop $1 million on your head, and just put Diddy next to it. Right there. See, it says Black Rob. What song came up?
Phrase.
I'll drop $1 million on your head. Erase you and your whole family, biatch.
Wow.
He's saying it in the song on what he did to get rid of Tupac.
What an idiot.
He's saying this like that is the level of criminality
and arrogance.
I'm going to get away with it, right? One day I'm at an NBA game. This was 2 years ago, right before he got arrested. I had done like 3 videos on Diddy. He's at a game with one of his girls. He sees me, I see him. Listen, if there's a guy in the hip hop world I cannot stand, is this guy. I'm looking at him, he's looking at me. And then we're locked in. Vinny, when I tell you we're locked in eye to eye, 2 minutes.
And you're not breaking.
Neither one of us are breaking. And okay,
it's across the.
Look, you don't understand. To me, Tupac was as a young kid coming up. He played a very big role
as your painting.
Yeah, he's
the most influential people in your life.
To me, that guy was so to me, you took this guy out. I investigated a lot of people based on the reports and things that we talked to a lot of different people.
The story takes a more intense turn as Gene Deal steps back into the spotlight with one of his most controversial claims yet. He links Diddy, Tupac, and a web of personal relationships into a single, unsettling narrative that has fans closely examining every detail. According to Deal, the tension between Diddy and Tupac went far beyond music, fame, or the East Coast-West Coast rivalry. He suggests it was rooted in something deeper and more personal. Deal describes it as a mix of envy and competition, claiming Diddy was highly focused on Tupac's influence, presence, and the people around him. In his account, whenever Tupac built new relationships, Diddy would eventually appear in those same circles, not by chance, but as part of a pattern that raises questions. Deal connects this behavior to Diddy's mindset at the time, portraying a complex mix of admiration and resentment where fascination existed alongside rivalry. He also points to moments where Diddy allegedly mirrored Tupac's style, language, and ambitions, suggesting that competition may have gradually turned into imitation. Deal further challenges the commonly accepted narrative of constant hostility during that era, recalling instances where Diddy, Tupac, and Suge Knight interacted more calmly than people might expect. According to him, this indicates that the reality of that period was far more complicated, and perhaps more mysterious, than history has typically portrayed.
Pac stuff. Now, we all know Diddy and the feud with Biggie and everything, but they were saying that Diddy was really, really jealous of Biggie and Tupac's relationship.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And Kirk Burroughs, the president of Bad Boy, he knew Puff real well. Real well. So he made those accusations, and then you could see it too. You could see like every girl that Pac talked to. Sally Richardson, you know what I'm saying? Diddy got with her. Sarah Chapman, Diddy got with her. You understand? The list goes on and on and on. You understand? If he seen Pac with him, he wanted him. If he saw Pac wear it, he wanted to have it. You understand? Pac beat him out of the part for Bishop and Juice. You understand? Puff wanted that part too. He auditioned for that part too. You understand? People may not tell y'all that, but he auditioned for that part too. So he wanted, and then you gotta see, like, you could just go tell that the drugs had his mind so messed up, whereas that he started thinking he was Tupac. For instance, did you see that Grammy speech he did?
I've seen quite a few speeches from Diddy. I don't remember.
Hey, listen to the verbiage in there. He's saying the same stuff Pac was saying.
Oh wow!
The same.
Okay.
The same. If people go back, he's saying the same stuff about why. Why? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? He did have he disliked Pac, but he also loved him in certain things. It's a strange, weird. It's a strange, weird, I guess, relationship that they had, bro.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Because I even interviewed Reggie, and like Suge and Diddy were cool too. Even when that beef was going on, I heard they were still communicating and like not. I don't know, man. It was like this weird dynamic that they had.
Y'all thought it was an East Coast West Coast war. One day we was behind a house of blues. You hear me? We was driving through that. We had a reporter in the car. He was either from Billboard or he was from what's that other big magazine? Rolling Stones. It may have been Rolling Stones. He's in the car with me. Riz is on the driver's side. Riz is on the passenger side in the back. The reporter's in the middle. I'm on the driver's side in the back. You got Kenny driving, Puff is in the front. We see Suge and Tupac, right? Pac is in a white Rolls Royce convertible. Suge is in a red Rolls Royce convertible. It's about a House of Blues. Behind the House of Blues, it was about in the afternoon. It wasn't even late at night or nothing like that. So Puff rolled up to Pac. We rolled up to Pac, and Puff said, "Yo, what up, Pac?" Pac looked at that nigga and turned his head and got back on his phone. My man Riz said, "Speak to Suge. Suge is the boss. Speak to Suge." Puff we roll up to Suge car. He, "Yo, what up, Suge?" "Nothing much. What's happening?" He said, "Yo, man, we got any problems? You know, we got any problems out here?" Suge said, "I don't know no problems y'all got out here." You understand what I'm saying? He said, "We good?" She said, yeah, I guess y'all good. You know what I'm saying? You good? They talking like that. We drive off. So, did they talk? Yeah, they talk. I seen Pac talk to Puff after that Quad Studio thing. We was in the Roxy. Pac arm was in a sling. Pac arm was in a sling or something like that. A dude lit a cigarette for Pac. We was in the Roxy downtown. Him and Puff was talking like they was talking.
Damn.
So it's a crazy dynamic, but it is what it is.
Adding another layer to the story, Katt Williams' long-standing hints now seem more deliberate and meaningful, especially when viewed in hindsight. As far back as 2014, nearly a decade before the recent Diddy documentary, he was already suggesting possible connections between Diddy and Tupac that few were willing to discuss openly. In footage from that time, Williams wasn't joking or spreading rumors. Instead, he appeared to be subtly pointing toward deeper relationships within Tupac's circle, connections that existed long before the most controversial events became public. Unlike distant observers or online speculation, Williams spoke with a sense of confidence, as if he believed he understood truths that others were either unwilling or unable to reveal. His tone felt controlled rather than sensational, hinting that the real story had been buried for years under silence, loyalty, and pressure. This raises the possibility that what the public is seeing now may only be a small piece of a much larger and more complex reality that has remained hidden behind closed doors.
So, have you heard from Suge?
Yes.
How's he holding up?
Well, first of all, I was there that night. I was with Suge.
Oh, you were with him. Okay. Do you have any idea who shot Suge?
I'm pretty sure Suge knows who shot Suge.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so when he comes out of sedation, sure anybody who gets shot will tell you who shot them, right?
Yeah.
But if the police say nobody shot him, I believe nobody shot him. And if nobody shot him, that's the same nobody that shot Tupac. And if nobody shot Tupac, it's the same nobody that shot MLK. And if nobody shot him, that's the same person that shot Malcolm X too. It's a lot of nobodies out there, and nobody minds if nobody comes up missing, right? That don't bother nobody, does it? Certainly doesn't bother me.
So,
shout outs to the nobodies of the world.
You're predicting this is going to be a nobody situation.
I'm making no predictions whatsoever. I'm saying the police said they arrested the shooters, then said they didn't arrest the shooters. But I was there, so I know that 20 minutes after people were laying down on the ground shot, no police had entered the club yet.
Did Suge do anything to provoke this, or?
Nobody in the world has ever provoked themselves being shot.
That's true.
There's only two ways to get shot. Either you believe you're somewhere where a person can't have a gun, therefore making you safe, you know, like an airport or a club that restricts entrance, and a situation where the person already has the gun out and you're standing in front of somebody. Now, if you're an idiot, you can believe this was about Suge Knight, but Suge Knight has been accessible every day of his life for 20 years. We know who it was aimed at, we know whose life he saved, and we know why they won't talk about it. But now the rumor mill would tell you, yeah, see, the same thing Suge was doing to Katt, he was trying to do to Chris. They're forgetting something. Suge has never managed me.
What about the reports that this was gang related? These were two gang members that thought they did it in spite of Tupac.
If it was gang related, then why didn't it happen thoroughly? You see, there's parts of this story that just don't seem to make sense.
Right.
You're saying it was gang related, so that means somebody's gang was shooting at somebody's gang, and then somebody's gang didn't shoot back. That's your story? That's not really how gangs...
For years, one haunting statement from Katt Williams lingered over hip-hop, when he warned that no one would ever be held accountable. At the time, many saw it as a general critique of power and silence. But the meaning shifted dramatically when Williams later made it clear he was referring directly to Sean Diddy Combs, a revelation that reshaped the entire conversation. The weight of that claim becomes even more striking when viewed alongside Tupac Shakur's own words from a resurfaced 1995 interview. Without directly naming anyone, Tupac suggested he believed Diddy had knowledge about the 1994 Quad Studios incident. He hinted that he kept certain truths hidden because revealing them could be dangerous. He also described the aftermath, feeling isolated, noticing people avoiding him, and watching familiar faces suddenly distance themselves. These details echo Williams' long-standing point that silence can serve as protection. The story then traces back to the mid-1990s, when tensions between East Coast and West Coast hip-hop reached their peak. Figures like the Notorious B.I.G., Diddy, and Suge Knight stood at the center of a rivalry fueled by public clashes, industry pressure, and growing mistrust. After the Quad Studios shooting, Tupac became convinced that key individuals knew more than they admitted. This belief deepened divisions in the culture, especially as lyrics and appearances were seen as deliberate provocations. His alliance with Death Row Records, combined with his rising influence and confrontational tracks, only intensified the situation. Behind the scenes, insiders later described an atmosphere of fear as tensions escalated. Years later, testimony tied to events in Las Vegas surrounding Tupac's death added another layer of controversy, suggesting motives linked to fear and rivalry. However, investigators ultimately concluded there wasn't enough direct evidence to charge Diddy. Despite decades of speculation, interviews, and insider accounts,
Katt who he is, and if you really want to understand Katt, he on tour right now. Go buy one tickets per row, and you can hear it all. He's gonna tell the truth. That's the best way to find out about traffic.
Even from there, you're selling tickets. You can't, no matter where you're selling. No, the only reason I asked this question is because when he did this interview with Shannon Sharp, and I know you played in the NFL before, when he did this interview with Shannon Sharp, everywhere everybody was talking, but also people were quiet. I want to play one of the clips, Rob. If you can play the clip of what Katt said to Shannon Sharp about Diddy. I just want you to hear this since you haven't heard the whole thing. This is just a snippet of what Katt said about Diddy. Go for it.
These big gifts is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way.
Now, when this came out, he went after, Diddy, he went after TDG, he went after a lot of people in the space. Had you, Katt, and Diddy, did you guys ever party together, three of you guys? I know you and Diddy spent some time together, but did you, Katt, and Diddy ever spend time together?
I'm not gonna say I never had a threesome. I damn sure ain't had no threesome with no ends. So you talking about have me and
that's not what I'm asking.
Threesome hung out together. What you trying to do? I mean, have you said, not me?
Well, listen, that is becoming every day something new pops up where it's no longer a surprise now.
Your telephone number is monitored and recorded.
But I guess the question I'm asking is, did you, Katt, and Diddy and Katt ever hang out where? And the reason why I'm asking this, where you actually personally witnessed some of the accusations that Diddy is having, saying the fact that he had cameras in the room.
Okay. But this is the thing I'm gonna tell you. We from two different worlds. Number one, you and I. Number two, I'm the guy that didn't want to invite to those parties. And I'm glad of it. I've never been left out of my life. But at the same time, I'm not the guy who's in for Puffy's downfall. But I am the guy who supports the victims who got victimized, right? But at the same time, whatever the situation is, everybody knows wrong. And I don't think he can get punished as hard as a regular person because, he used to be an FBI informant for a long time, they say. So I'm quite sure that play a role.
You're saying...
Asking the question, me, Katt, and Puffy, we had no reason to be hanging out. We ain't hanging out, me and Puffy. So that's that.
Got it. So you're saying Diddy's an FBI informant, and he's been one for many years.
That's what they say. Nothing ever happens, but it's still, like I said, it ain't my business. Well, I said that because Anybody else got it up quick, fast, in a hurry. But you know, the most important thing about this is that with me, you got some people will have a opinion on something either they weren't a part of or they wasn't there. And I never want to be that type of person because, you know, there's only so many people who was around, who had Tupac, or seen Tupac, or talked to Tupac. And I feel that way because I often hear so many Tupac stories from people who never met him, people who wasn't around. Then you had the ones that, if they worked at McDonald's, but then they took Tupac orders, down to mean they know Tupac, or you was doing security or wherever, down to mean you know the man. All these people been benefiting and capitalizing on trying to put the man down or lie on him or tell some stories that they weren't there or they know anything about. Because I don't think none of these people are psychic. And I'm not. You know what happened to the last psychic bitch? She ended up, whoever her name was, the fake Boston boys. You know what happened to her when it all went bad. So I don't like to speculate.
Despite years of rumors, resurfaced interviews, and renewed focus on Tupac's death, Gene Deal maintains a firm and practical stance. He argues that without solid physical evidence, there is no legal way to prove Sean Diddy Combs' involvement. Discussing Dwayne Keefe D. Davis's upcoming trial, Deal stresses that speculation, no matter how widespread, cannot support a case of this scale. Courts, he explains, rely on verifiable facts, not theories or public narratives. He notes that the prosecution's argument centers on claims that Diddy may have orchestrated plans against Tupac and Suge Knight. However, Deal insists such claims fall apart without concrete proof. In his view, a case like this would require clear documentation, a traceable financial trail, or credible eyewitness testimony strong enough to hold up under scrutiny, and he believes none of that currently exists. Deal highlights key gaps. No confirmed money trail, no direct financial link between Diddy and Keefe D, and no witness willing to testify firsthand about any alleged plan. He also questions Keefe D's reliability, pointing to inconsistencies in his statements over the years, issues that defense lawyers could heavily challenge. His conclusion is straightforward: public belief and suspicion may fuel debate, but in a courtroom, only undeniable evidence matters.
With a murder trial, you can't only use circumstantial evidence. You have to have some kind of physical evidence. There's no physical evidence that Keefe D killed or had something to do with Pac's death. There's circumstantial evidence. There's people that could probably testify or what somebody told them or heard. So now, Keefe D, lawyers and them did a great job when they did trial by judge. Because the judge is looking for physical evidence. What ties Keefe D to Puff? What ties Keefe D to the murder of Tupac? And how could they prove that either one of them has something to do with it? Somebody would have to get on the stand and say that I saw him, he told me, and they would have to believe them. So, do they believe Keefe D? If he told a lot of different stories, you got to realize he may have told more than one or two stories, because he tell that story now. What about the stories he told prior to this? You understand what I'm saying? So you're going to look at that. You're going to look at, okay, did he get the money? Where's the money at? Who got the money? Who wrote the check? Who paid the money? Where did it come from? When did it come from? It's a lot of mitigating circumstances in that whole case that is going to be hard to prove. You could easily say anything, but you got to look at that. Keefe D defense is going to say, okay, this was a gang situation. Then you hear, Suge telling Pac on one of the things that he told Pac, yo, listen to me, bruh, you done got involved into some gang stuff now, and things might be different. You understand? Because gangs might be involved now. Yo, bro, let me tell you, back in the day, I was there. Let me just say, and what I mean I was there is that, don't you know that a lot of people was coming up dead? There was so many shootings out of LA about crazy. There's a lot of people that came up dead behind that. The Bloods was laying people down. But behind Pac getting shot. It was a big, it sparked a big gang war out there. So, if they want to pull Diddy into that, they gotta mitigate circumstantial evidence. Anybody could be a witness for you, but what can they prove? Somebody's gonna have to say, I heard this conversation. This was a handshake or a nod or something went down, and it's going to be hard to prove. It's going to be hard to prove. Unless they follow the money. They were always saying stuff and they try to make it seem like I said it. I never said it. All I said was I saw a check for $1 million. Right? Eric Von Zip had a check for $1 million, and he said he got it from Al Heyman. Not Al Heyman. What's the dude's name? He was married to Gladys Knight. Black Ground Records. Barry Hankerson. And he said, I got this check from Barry Hankerson, and what's the other dude's name? Jimmy Henchman. And it's for me selling my record label to him. I said, I didn't know you had a record label. And when he showed us, and I said us the check. When he showed us the check, it wasn't only me. I said, dog, when did you get a record label?
So where does that leave us? Are we looking at a truth that's been buried due to a missing paper trail? Or is there still evidence out there, waiting for the right moment to surface? Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the discussion. If you found this breakdown interesting, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future updates. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and stay aware.